everybody, it's Alexis here and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am and you don't know what I do, I'm a floral designer and you can go follow me on Instagram at Flowers by Alexis. I created this YouTube channel to help others jumpstart their floral design career. So if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that way I can make more videos like this. In last week's video, I promised you guys that I would make a video this week explaining the differences between a retail florist and a wedding florist. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to figure out and understand which florist career would work best for your type of lifestyle. This video is based on my observations and things that I have noticed working as both florists, because I have been both. I've worked at a flower shop for the last 6 years, and then in between that time, I also worked at a multi-million-dollar wedding and events company. We did anywhere from like 5 to 12 weddings every weekend, so I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of the different types of career options out there. All right guys, so enough of my talking, let's get into the video. So we're gonna start with a retail florist because that is the florist that I currently am at this time, and I just know more about this topic, so I'm gonna just talk about what a retail florist is. Now, to be a retail florist, I didn't need a whole lot of experience. I actually had no experience when I started as a retail florist. I was 15 years old when I got my job. I just walked in there and was like, hey, I'm looking for a job. Like, are you guys hiring? The owner said yes. And like 6 years later, here I am as the manager of this cute little flower shop. So as a floral designer at a retail shop, I am required to make all the arrangements for the day, to answer the phones, keep the place tidy and clean, process all the flowers that come in from the wholesalers. You will also be required to make more than just flowers. So you will also be making like gift baskets, you'll be making like balloon bouquets, different type of plant arrangements. So like you'll be designing the plants inside of the container and just like making them look beautiful. You'll be making gift basket arrangements with like food and snacks and fruit. Those are just the types of things you're gonna be doing. So it's not just flower arranging, it's a lot of involving, it's a lot of moving, it's a lot of like lifting things, carrying things, cleaning. Cleaning's a big part, talking to people. I answer the phones and I also help people when they come in and they like ask me questions about like the different types of flowers and they like want me to make a bouquet. That is a huge part of my job, which I don't think a lot of people realize. Interacting with people and like speaking to people over the phones is definitely a big part of my job. So if that's something that you're not comfortable with at all and like you just don't really like being on the phones and talking to people, you know, that's something that you're going to want to get comfortable with. I usually have the weekends off as a retail florist employee, depending on like how busy that weekend is. So if it's like prom weekend, I'll work that Saturday. If it's like Mother's Day weekend, Valentine's Day weekend, best believe that I'm working that whole week. Now, as a retail florist, you are going to work most of the major holidays, unfortunately. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, those holidays, those are definitely like the most important holidays of the year. Those are the holidays that you are running around like a crazy person trying to get everything together. So I highly recommend for you all watching this video to start out as a retail florist. My number one reason to start out as a retail florist is so that way you get to learn the business side of being a florist, because you know, you need to learn how to arrange flowers, yes, and you need to learn how to make flowers look beautiful in vase. But something that is really important is to know how to keep your business up and running for the next 10 plus years, because you can't just open a business, do all these things, and then have no idea how to run it. Start small, work your way up, and see where it takes you. Now, if you want to know what a florist does on an everyday basis, I recommend watching this video right here. This is called A Day in the Life of a Florist. This all sounds good to you and this sounds like your magical dream job, then I highly recommend to be a retail florist. This might be the route for you. If you're interested on learning how to actually land a job at a flower shop, then subscribe to my YouTube channel, because next week I'm going to be uploading a video titled How to Land a Job at a Flower Shop. All right guys, so that is my opinion on being a retail florist. These are just like the things that I picked up throughout the years, things that I've noticed. So if you're interested on being a wedding florist, this is what you're going to be doing. As a wedding florist, you'll be required to make like weddings and events. So those are typically like bridal bouquets, boutonnieres, corsages. You'll be making like centerpieces, arch sprays. As a retail florist, you're making more like vase arrangements and like funeral work, like I stated before. So those are just the differences in the type of work that you're going to be doing. Me personally, I prefer to make wedding flowers and do wedding and events work. I think that that stuff is super cool and I love doing it. Not to mention, you get paid more. Now me, I worked at a multi-million-dollar wedding company. We did anywhere from like 5 to 12 weddings a weekend. So like it was very busy, very crazy. Now my work schedule, I actually worked Tuesday through Saturday because most weddings and events happen on the weekends. That particular place did start at 9. The end time was really like whenever you were done your work. So I would leave anywhere from like 5 to 7, depending on like how busy the event was. The busy season for weddings typically is from like May to like December. That chunk of the year is like really busy, really crazy. You know how I was talking about like the holidays earlier, and I was talking about like the holiday rush and just how busy and crazy it was for like those 4 holidays? Well, being a wedding florist, you know, like just that those entire months are crazy. Like all that is crazy. Most florists that do weddings and events, they typically work out of their home, or they work at a studio, or they work at a company like I did. But you don't have to have like a retail store to be a wedding and events florist. You usually do most of your marketing through like Facebook, just word of mouth, you know, working out like venues and stuff like that. Make an Instagram if you haven't already, you know, like really try to get yourself out there. If you want to learn a whole bunch of ways on how to advertise your floral design business, I recommend to watch this video right here. It's called How to Start a Floral Design Business from Scratch. In that video, I talk about the 5 tips and tools that I used to advertise my floral design business when I was first starting out. All right, guys, so that's the video. Let me know which florist you want to be. Do you want to be a retail florist or a wedding florist? Let me know in the comments below. In next week's video, I'm going to talk about how to land a job at a flower shop so that way you can become a florist and jumpstart your floral design career. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at Flowers by Alexis, and I will see you all soon with another video. Bye!